welcome to
Exmore!
Who'd have thought you'd be able to see views like this in Somerset and North Devon? God.
While Cornwall may be the cool kid on the coast, we found its more sophisticated older brother. And it's great for families too.
Come on guys, let's explore! Exmoor is in the southwest of England, just before it starts tapering off. The national park is open moorland, which spans West Somerset and North Devon. This means it boasts some of the most scenic coastline in the country. Exmoor feels like a bit of a caricature of England. The country pubs seem even more quaint, the green hills are more lush, medieval castles fit into the landscape, and small fishing villages look like film sets. We live in the countryside, but this feels 10 times more rural and rustic than where we are.
We really have got absolutely everything. So first of all, you've got to start with the unique natural assets that we have here. The moorland, the rolling hills, the coast that we've got, which is absolutely stunning. But then we've got all of our local hospitality, so the pubs, the cafes, the restaurants. And then from a family perspective, there is just so much to do. There are so many activities that you can do, sporting activities, water sports. You can go and enjoy our Exmoor ponies, and we've got so many activities and attractions as well.
I hadn't been to Exmoor since I was a kid, and after revisiting, I'm not sure why it took us so long to return. Let us show you why you should visit Exmoor again, and what there is to do. First up, let's check out the epic Valley of Rocks. This looks like the wild Irish Atlantic coastline from our Ring of Kerry video, but it's southern England. I had no idea this was in Exmoor. Such stunning scenery calls for dramatic slow motion walking shots and drone footage. It does feel too early for a music montage, but I'm doing it anyway. If you're looking for walking spots that don't require a fear of flying course, then check out our next suggestions. Simmons Bath is in the centre of Exmoor. Here, there are some small waterfalls and a stream to play in. And this is just the car park. Follow the signs to Cow Castle and the Wheel Eliza mine. What's happened? Oh my gosh! Stuck in the mud.
Oh my gosh! It goes so far down! Do it again, you're gonna get stuck.
We walked alongside the river for around an hour and turned around when the kids started to moan. That meant we didn't quite get to the old copper mine, which is 1¼ mile hike to get to. If you love your walks, keep going further still to Cow Castle, just a ½ mile on. Next up, the famous tar steps. You do have to walk around 1/3 mile from the car park at the top of the hill, so save some energy to get back up again. The tar steps aren't made of tar and aren't actually stairs. I fell in. I got stuck in the mud. But it was worth it for these shots. Think of me when you watch this slow-mo sequence. This is an ancient clapper bridge which gets its name from the Latin term for a pile of stones. The tar part comes from a Celtic word for causeway. It's the longest bridge of this kind in the UK, but when we visited, there was a problem.
What? You do?
I've broken it with my Simmons.
Don't worry, the bridge was fixed just a few months after we visited, so you can cross the whole way across again. So is it worth coming to the tar steps? Well, it's one of those things where it is quite a long way to go just for an old-fashioned bridge. But the cool thing is you've got a good little walk down here, from the car park down as well. And also it's quite nice as you walk around here, and right now you can actually see it's really high tide and it's busier than normal because it's just getting past the winter. So I'm sure it's more of a summer walk as well that you could do. The thing is, when you go to one of these places, do you really want to be going here for 2 minutes and then going away? Well, the good news is there's meant to be a really good pub just up here. One thing you're going to have to look out for when you're in Exmoor is the fact that you have to plan out your drives and the maps and things beforehand, because there's no service at the moment and I'm not sure how we get home. Put in your whole route when you're actually in a place that's got service so you can get somewhere, and hopefully steal the Wi-Fi from the place when you leave so you can actually find your way home. Our next countryside recommendation isn't a hike as such. Sometimes in Exmoor, you just need to take an impromptu walk around a village because it's so beautiful.
Usually we find our stop the car moments in Ireland, but this is England and we found one. Stop the car. If you want to find it too, it's Withypool.
This is one of those towns that feels as though it's been frozen in time. There's an old petrol station and tea room next door to help you refuel inside. From here you can actually do a 9-mile walk from Withypool to the tar steps, but that is definitely out of our range. Right, let's move away from the walks and onto some other places we think you'll like. This is Porlock.
This place is so cute. Every single house in here is thatched roofs, everywhere.
It's a fishing village with thatched cottages, stone buildings, and a cool bridge to cross.
Okay, I can't believe I have to explain this. Before mobile phones, if you were out and you needed to call someone, this is how you call someone. Go in.
I always wondered who made these.
Apparently we do. Last one. Oh, that's very cool. Happy with that.
Aside from the usual cafes, pubs and gift shops, you'll also find galleries and local artists who are making works which will be sold around the world. We stayed in Porlock, which had views of the water. We were hosted by a local family-run rental company called The Best of Exmoor. Our house, which was called Chapel Knapp, had an amazing coastal view from the kitchen. This is the sunrise that Dylan filmed for us when he woke up early. Well done, Dill. We loved getting off our phones and playing wholesome board games here. It was also an awesome place for hide and seek. With The Best of Exmoor, it was really nice to know you're not just making the big online companies richer. They've also allowed us to give you a special deal if you book through this QR code that's on the screen now. If you don't like a QR code or you're on your phone watching this, you can get a special link in the description. If you use one of these links and put LIFEOF as the promo code, you'll get £30 off any cottage. Time to head to the seaside. This is the Victorian town of Lynmouth. The shops cluster around the harbour, and when the tide is out, you can explore the pools which appear. During school holidays, the tourism board has guides who'll help you find some coastal crustaceans. Our one was called the Seahorse Safari. We didn't find any seahorses, but we found a few of these. Lynmouth has a great visitors centre and museum, but another way to see some of the town's history is to ride a Victorian invention. This is the Cliff Railway, which links Lynmouth to Linton at the top of the hill.
It's been continuous operation for 133 years, running through both world wars, and was used to bring up supplies from the harbour, such as lime and coal, up into the village.
There's no electricity involved,
No electricity, no pumps, no motors. We're solely reliant on water supply to the top station. It comes down, it comes out the bottom car and out onto the beach where it would go anyway.
A special baked treat is waiting for you at the top. The giant scones are advertised outside the cafe, and they're not lying. They really are huge. The next seaside town we're heading to is Combe Martin. Its sheltered cove makes it a perfect place to kayak and even stand-up paddleboard. Head to OSKC Water Sports to get kitted out. You're then just a short walk to the sand.
Stand for a second without paddling. I'm up!
Yes!
Sammy, I'm up!
You're up!
I'm up! Oh, I'm doing it! Look, Sam, I'm doing it! I'm stand up paddleboarding. That was fun! I got absolutely soaked. I didn't pull Sam in though, so that was good.
Right, Chief, what do you think of it?
Good.
Is it fun?
Yeah.
Is it scary?
I think there's gonna be a wave.
A wave?
Yeah. And we'll fall in the water.
No. Dill, are we far out or are we okay?
I mean, we're pretty far out.
We've only been going 2 minutes. I don't think we go this far. Where should we go? France?
Yeah.
How was it, girls?
Awesome!
There's also a wild side to Combe Martin, as it has its own wildlife park. You'll see wolves and lions, penguins, monkeys, big and small. There's even a sea lion show where you'll get to see how clever and funny they can be. You can even get to kiss one at the end. So the wildlife park here has sea lion, it's got lions and wolves and other things like that, but this area around here feels a bit different. It feels like old times. It feels a bit like kind of Jurassic Park feeling to it. What did I say? What did I do? There's a dinosaur trail here, but even more impressively is a big T-Rex which comes to life every hour in the biggest cage in the park. Just make sure you don't get too close. Another place which has a big buzz about it is the Quint's honey farm. This allows you to learn about the amazing world of bees in a fun and practical way. From taste testing honey and watching a beekeeper explain how every bee has a job to do, to getting the chance to craft your own candles from beeswax. I didn't know there were so many interesting things to learn about bees.
There's loads of activities and tours that take place indoors, so it's great for all weathers. There's also a massive soft play that's great for kids of all ages, so you can sit back and relax and watch them play and drink your honey latte.
It's our first rainy day, so we've come to a castle.
It's called Dunster Castle.
There's been a castle here for more than 1,000 years. And the crazy thing about this one is that people lived here until 1976. So when you go inside, it's not the medieval interior you might expect. There's loads to explore at the castle inside and out. The crypt is home to a ghost exhibition. And the watermill is still showing off its medieval technology. You can see how the flour gets bagged today. There's a beautiful walk to and from the castle too. Just driving around Exmoor is an adventure in itself, with all of the coastline and hills to take in.
Driver, go down, shift down, shift down.
There we go, that's the worst one over with.
We're going to have to make a bonus video to let you know what it's like to drive around here, so you're prepared. It can get your heart pumping at times.
There we go, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much to the Best of Exmoor for having us and making it happen.
And visit Exmoor.
Now we just need to find our way back to the car. Anyone know where it is?
Yeah, that way.
That way.
No,
It's definitely that way. I remember it being that way.
Guys, you've all gone the different way. Guys?